Because that deed only happened once.
A mobster broke your legs. That's the idea.
Exactly.
Out of all the subjects I took, history was the only one where I could say I saw it all around me. I couldn't say that of, let's say, a class like math or chemistry or English, for example. It was the one that I was most interested in. But history, everywhere I looked, I knew there was some kind of past to, you know, everywhere I lived. You can see it in the office, Barcelona. This is an image of Segovia, which is north of Madrid. And do I have anything? Yes, this soap from Seville. Oh, I didn't even notice there was stuff on the back. Of course, this is made out of oranges from Seville, and Seville's famous for its oranges. And you know, before I came here, that's where I was living. I was living there for 3 years. When I started traveling, of course, I was going to places, Italy, Saudi Arabia, you name it, just places that had a lot of old history to them. I think it's a combination of the travels as well as excelling in the subject in high school that pushed me in this direction. I was doing my PhD in history. I was in Oxford at the time. The history research I was doing was still relevant to government policymakers who were trying to engage in a policy in the future. Now, the policy was the Iraq War of 2003. The fact that they plagiarized my research was indicative of both the UK and then the US, of how it was indicative of how little knowledge they had of the country before they went in 2003 with the invasion and then subsequent occupation. It taught me that even with all the resources at the disposal of a government, like the British government, still one person's history research can be of value to an institution with all the resources at its disposal, all the financial resources. It still at the end of the day was looking for information simply produced by a graduate student, a PhD student. But it just kind of shows that history is relevant. And that subject itself is something that, you know, you never can get tired of because you can never really exhaust the subject. There's no way you'll ever know all aspects or all facets of history because it's such a vast subject. And it explains our present. It explains how we got to where we are now. And not only that is how do you become an engaged citizen with the world, is not only to know the world's past and other people's past, but that gives you kind of an understanding of their present, what conditions they're living in. It's really what, you know, you might never travel from San Diego County at Cal State San Marcos, but history allows you to kind of travel with the peoples beyond this county, beyond this state, beyond this continent. And so that's what keeps it interesting for me, and it would be interesting for an aspiring historian, is that this is a subject you'll never conquer, you'll never exhaust, and you even until this very day and age, that is my day and age, I'm still learning about the subject. And it's quite rare where you have a job where it isn't mundane, it's not the same thing over and over again. It offers the abilities to keep on learning, because everything you learn, that means 120 students every semester will learn as well.